Hello, happy Monday, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about water. Water is a big part of week 2 in this program, and I want to tell you why. The main reason is that it's going to be very hard to feel energized, to curb your appetite, and to maintain weight loss in the long term if you're not hydrated. So, the general recommendation is that we drink about 8 cups of water per day, like 8 glasses of 8 ounces each per day. That's 64 ounces per day. It's a very general recommendation, but it's actually a pretty good rule of thumb. So if you're very far away from that 64 ounces, that's really something that you can try and aim for. Now, of course, water intake is like food intake. It really depends on the person. So it depends on your build, it depends on your level of physical activity. It also depends on the type of food that you eat. If you eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, which are very rich in water, actually, you won't need quite as much extra water. You will still need, you still want to aim for those 64 ounces, but it's going to be very different from a person who eats mostly like baked goods and pasta and rice. They're going to need even more water, actually. So it's good to try and aim for 64 ounces. That can be a good indicator. But an easier way, actually, to get the water that you need is to listen to your body. And the very first thing is, are you thirsty? Like you really need to make sure that you drink every time you feel thirsty. And also every time you feel like you're craving something but you're not sure what it is, right? Very often, actually, we think we are hungry, or we think we are craving something, some food, but actually we are thirsty. Now, the thirst is a pretty good indicator, like in your regular life, but it's not a good indicator when you're working out. When you're working out, you don't want to wait until you're thirsty, because that usually means that you're already dehydrated. But when you're like going about your day and working at the computer, listening to your thirst is a pretty good way to know if you are dehydrated or not. The other thing, so your thirst or your cravings, right? Every time you feel hungry, but you're like hungry generally, but not hungry in your stomach, that's a good indication that you're probably missing something else, and it can be water. And finally, you want to actually look at your pee when you go to a bathroom. If it's completely clear, completely transparent, most likely you're drinking a little bit too much, which could be a little bit of a problem. Like it might make you like drain out vitamins and minerals. So that's not necessarily what we're trying to aim for. But if your pee is like bright yellow or pretty dark, you can tell that most likely you're not drinking enough. So you want to have like your urine should be like a very, very light yellow. And that's a good indication that you're drinking enough for your needs. So no need, to drink like crazy amounts of water if it's hard for you. Just try to listen to your body, and your body usually is going to tell you what you need. Okay, so that's about it. What did I want to tell you? Oh yeah. So why am I making you drink water first thing in the morning, right? So there are many reasons. First, it's a great way to wake up your body. It's like fresh, cold, and it's kind of a signal, like a ritual for your body. You're telling your body and your brain, like, okay, now it's time to wake up, and it can really help you get into that pattern. We focus very often on bedtime rituals to tell our body it's time to sleep, but if you focus also on wake up rituals, it can be extremely helpful for your body to know when it's time to wake up, and then as opposed to when it's time to wake up, when it's time to go to bed. And it can actually help with your sleep to have that morning routine. So that's one thing. The second thing is that well, your body has not been hydrated for a full night, so that's a good thing to just get started with that. It also gets you like about 8 ounces or even more of water in right away, so that's taken care of, and you only have like 7 more cups to go for the rest of the day. And finally, water is something that we can easily forget. And when you start your day with water, you are bringing water top of mind. And that's what we want to do, because you want to really make sure that water becomes part of what you do. So when you're having your cup in the morning, maybe it's a good time also to prepare a few water bottles, or to fill up your a jug for the day, or find ways at that time when you're like focusing on water, because that's the first thing you do in the morning. You can also set yourself up for success for the rest of the day. Okay, that makes sense. So make sure that water is the first thing, and it doesn't have to be just pure water, right? It could be herbal tea, it can be sparkling water, water with some lemon in it. It can be, hot water with a lemon juice, like whatever it is that will work for you. Make it happen. For months and months, I have tried to drink a glass of fresh water in the morning, and I could never make it a habit because I don't enjoy it. It just didn't work for me. I had to have sticky notes. Like I tried for months and months and months, maybe years, and it never really worked until I did something different. Is at night I love to have a cup of herbal tea before I go to bed. So I would drink my cup of herbal tea, my mug, and then I would make another one, fill up my mug, and put it on my nightstand. And then when I wake up in the morning, it's cold, and I actually enjoy cold herbal tea, especially in the morning when I wake up. So I do that. And also at night, if I wake up during the night, I love having a few, sips of that. So that's what works for me. Now I don't have to think about it anymore because I get it ready at night. I have it in the morning. It's routine. But it took me so long to find that. So just experiment, try things out, but make sure that every single morning you get 1 cup of water in right away. Okay, I hope that's helpful. If you have questions, of course, don't hesitate. Ask your question below the video. That's probably a good way for me to see it. And I'll see you soon. Keep up the great work. Bye. Have a good week.